Hey, hey, what's going on? This is Sunshine.
S.E.
All right.
All right, Mr. E, what do we have going on tonight?
We're going to do some music.
Music?
We're going to step back in the 1900s.
Step back.
Okay? And we're going to do a group as they were grouped there, but later on, a couple of them had some solo careers. But this is the group Shalamar.
Shalamar.
Okay?
Who actually
Talk to me.
started off of Soul Train.
Okay, yeah, okay. Right. Now you're right. All of them, not all of them, was it?
Oh, I don't know about all of them. I know.
Two?
I know she did, and I think two of them did.
Two of them did. Okay, and I'm glad you mentioned that. Because I want you to pay attention to the dancing part. I'm sure they're going to be dancing there because when we set it up, I want you to, because I want to ask you a question because dance is your field. So I'm going to ask you a question about dancing. So pay attention to the choreography and all the dancing and the moves and all that stuff because I want to ask you a question. Now, because there was I'll get into it, but there was some statement made years ago and it's going to relate to the question I'm asking you. But before we get into this song, which is Second Time Around by Shalamar,
Okay.
I want you to do one thing for me. Do me a favor. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Also share. Ultimately, please comment below. So as you get ready,
I'm ready.
We'll be ready. We'll be ready to go. So let's go.
Do it.
That's actually a real good you know track. I really like that. I mean, I don't think that I think anybody listening would really like that. It's just
It
well
was a
done.
good group.
Yeah,
I liked them.
But two of them did go solo. We had Howard Hewitt. He went solo. Jodie Watley. She went solo. I think the other guy's name is Daniel or something.
Oops, sorry.
I'm
You
not.
said what?
I think the third guy was Daniel. I can't remember exactly his name. You got the lead singer of this one was Howard Hewitt, and then female that's Jodie Watley, and then the other guy I think is Daniel. But here's a question I wanted to ask.
I think then they dated. I thought
Who?
at one time.
Well, there was a lot of issues. Actually, Howard Hewitt just like somewhat. It's like a half, apology to. I guess he was real kind of rude to her or whatever. I get basically what he's trying to say. I guess his apologies was, yeah, I know I did some stuff, but back then I was young. I was drinking. I was crazy. So that was my excuse. So I didn't mean to really do that. So it was kind of, it wasn't like that full. Yeah, I'm sorry. But he kind of was saying all the things that happened because I guess it was a big issue between Howard Hewitt and Jodie Watley during while they was as a group, and she really took a lot of stuff hard. I guess he was apologizing. I don't know what it was, but I did see him getting there and say, if you see this, and he kind of told it. But the question I wanted to ask you about the dancing part, and maybe it's you really had to catch it in the beginning because of what you said earlier, but you're a dancer. Can you tell the difference? Like if you had somebody, let's say you had 10 people up there dancing, one is just a terrific dancer. I mean, it's just in them. And the other, how many say, 5 or 10? The other 9, I forgot what I said, but let's say it's 10. One is just an excellent dancer, just comes to them naturally. Then the other 10 are just good, they can learn the routine. Can you tell from watching the feel from, okay, that's the one right there.
Can you tell?
Can you tell which person is that natural? I'll give you an example. New Edition, Bobby Brown just had that about him. All of them could learn the steps. They all were great. They all learned the steps together. But when you watch Bobby, you say he got that little extra, that natural flow to it. Are you able to tell if you're watching?
Yeah.
You can?
I can. Generally, now, what type of dance you talking about?
Just anything that's, they're all doing the same. It's a choreo.
Yeah, usually you can tell.
The reason why I said that is, from my understanding, the guy, I think his name, we got to look it up, and people can correct me what his name, I think it was something Daniel something, I can't remember. But they said he was the one that taught Michael Jackson how to do the moonwalk. That's what I heard. I don't know how true it is.
I think I heard that.
And that could, I don't know. So if you can teach Mike, you got to know how to dance, I'm saying. You got to be some talent. And I was looking at it and it just seemed like it was so natural to him. It almost seemed like he was kind of bored with the steps because he had to kind of, but she dances too. So, but I think in the beginning, I know Howard, that's not probably his forte. He's a singer. So I'm thinking maybe, so it just seemed so natural to Howard when I watched it because I'm thinking, I said, let me look at him. And both of them have really felt real natural. And I always wonder, because I know some of the things I do or I've done, I can kind of feel, okay, that's the person. Like you can tell, okay, number 2. Because I always look at like the shows when they haven't, like in New York, you have all these girls coming in. And I'm like, how do people figure out? I mean, look like they all doing the stuff.
Because I generally, what I look at is I look at everybody overall, like a dance routine, like say what we would do. Or, like modern dance, whatever. I would look and then I start watching each, as they repeat the steps, then I watch them individually. Everyone has their own style.
Right.
But you can always tell who's a little bit more graceful. You can always tell who has it in there, is more of a natural. I mean, yeah, I tell. And I usually watch that person the most because I'm a dancer and you always try to perfect to see, they got, how they're doing as opposed to everyone else. And then another clue, you put your best dancers up front. That's always how it's always kind of.
Okay.
Now, sometimes you switch it around. You have your best dancers. Then to give everybody the spotlight. you know, in a sense. But you still know. By that time, you already
Right.
you if you know how to spot them out, you've already picked them out. Who
Right.
dance.
I can remember one time we did a show. You involved in the show. I think it was 4 of us. We did a show and we were practicing. Yeah, I think we was in a warehouse doing some practice in the warehouse. It was a furniture warehouse. I remember that. And for me, because I could scale of 1 to 10. If you're a 10 as a dancer, I'm something like a 7.5, 8. I would just have to really, really do it over and over again. But I did notice, being that I wasn't a natural, that wasn't my necessary forte, I could do it, was as I practiced and got it under control, then I kind of put because I know now I know the moves, I kind of and it just came more natural to me as I got it. It's like walking, where you stop, thinking about walking, you just walk. And the same thing with dance steps. I was always impressed because I've seen a lot of shows. I mean, a lot of places where they get dancers at malls and different places where they come in and they teach them dances. I'm like, these people are picking it up that quick. It's just some people just have that thing, man. So that's why I was so impressed with dancers, because and if you can't do it, you just won't make it.
Yeah, I was kind of, in a sense, one of those. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to, but when the professional dancers used to come to our school, or we would go to workshops, and we would go corner to corner, and then you would do different stuff, whether it's leaping, whether it was turning, whether it was pirouetting, whatever. I'd be right behind the professionals. When they go, I'm usually like either the first or the second. That's how I was. I mean, I was able to pick it. Don't ask me how. I never had professional dancing, but I was able to do it. So it became natural for me. And and when I would go into the studio, I almost never get in the back. I would always, not that the teacher would say, oh yeah, come up front. No, it's just that I had to see, because we had the mirrors wall to wall.
Right.
I had to see, and I wanted to see my form. So yeah, it's you have to have a natural, and some people, unfortunately, have 2 left feet. It's harder to teach them, but with. Now I did see. I remember there was a girl, no names, that when she came into school and she was dancing, it's almost like she didn't have 2 left feet. You saw potential, but she wasn't there. She went away for I don't know, about a year, and then she went to professional dancing. When she came back, that girl was on point.
Right.
She was on point. I was like impressed. She was really good.
I've always been impressed with dancers, because I think me and you were together. We walked through the mall and they was doing some kind of audition for dancers, and I'm sure you was with me because I think I asked you about it, because they were going. The person to come out and say, okay, this is what we'll do, and she'll do this little thing, and then say, all right, 1, 2, and they do it, and I'm like, oh, have they? And you was like, no, they just got to pick it up.
Yeah, you just got to pick it up.
Got to pick it up. And I was like, wow. The only thing I could think that made sense is that you do so much dancing that what they do, you go, I got to put that with that. I just got to remember the order.
Right.
Okay, I just thought that.
And that's pretty much it. You just have to have a knack for it. And you really, I had a love for it. So I think that's why it came easier to me. But yeah, you got to have a knack for it. Some people, that's all I can say. I don't want to down people who really tried because they did their best. Everyone just doesn't have it.
Right.
But keep trying, and some do develop into really, really good dancers.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we went over that. And I mean, I didn't want to take the shine off of Shalamar. They actually did a lot of different songs, and like I said, both of them had, I think, positive and great careers afterwards. And y'all can correct me on a couple things. Was he the one that taught Michael Jackson the moonwalk? And is his name Daniel something or something Daniel? I think that y'all can let me know on that. But that's Shalamar, the second time around, and excellent song. Can play it at any time, any place, and people will like that song. So y'all let us know what you feel, what you think. But before we go, do us a favor, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, also share, comment below, and I do believe that's it.
For the second time around. Thanks for listening.
The Sunshine in Me.